What is up, guys? I have no idea what's up with the lighting tonight. On one, I look orange. On the other, I look orange with white face. I don't know what's going on. It is what it is. Normally, I do a full Reiki session, and then we read for the Zodiacs. But this evening, I am just going to do the Zodiac reads. I'm going to tell you why. I still have a little bit of a sore throat. Still not feeling super great. As long as I keep some like cold and flu meds down, I'm good. But yeah, I'm still not feeling super great. So we're just gonna do Zodiac reads for this evening and go from there. For those of you guys that missed the announcement this morning on the Sunday sermon, yes, baby is here. Yes, baby is here. And I know everyone wants to see baby photo. So let me see if I can find perfect little teeny tiny girl here to show you guys. With her long legs. Look at that. I know it's hard to see. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. Come on now. Look at that thing. So she got here a little after midnight last night, making sure to make her own appearance on her own time. So we were all up late last night, oohing and awing over the baby, because of course we were. Everybody's oohing and awing over the baby. Allie did good. It was pretty easy. They're all excited, just tired. She's been a good sleeper already, been a good chill baby, so they're super excited, and more pictures to come. So thank you guys to all those that sent the well wishes and are still sending well wishes for them. Really appreciate it. But in the meantime, we're going to read for the Zodiacs for the week, so you guys know what's going on. I know everybody's going to miss the Reiki session tonight, but we'll pop on this week and do an extra one, I promise. Just with this, I'm going to be doing good to make it through all of the Zodiacs. So this might be kind of a quicker Zodiac than you guys are used to. But we'll make it. We'll do it. We'll make it. It's on like Donkey Kong, right? There was something else I was going to say, but I don't remember. So, yeah, it is what it is. Just like normal, there's no tolerance. Even though I'm in a good mood, no tolerance tonight. This full moon was pretty rough on everybody's emotional health. I know a lot of people were angry as hell, myself included, just randomly out of nowhere. I think every time I have gotten in the car, I have cursed multiple people just out of nowhere. But yeah, it's been this last full moon of 2025 has been super uber emotional. So yeah, it's been fun, right? But we're gonna go ahead and read for the Zodiacs. I did put out something on my link tree for you guys, and I want to make sure you guys know about it for this week from the 7th through the 14th. If you use the coupon Silver Bells, all one word, all caps, it's 22% off of any read this week. For the most part, from now until she loved that the Golden Empress is right there. Hello, ma'am. From now until the end of the year, I will be doing 2026 reads, just like I always do. Pretty much December is all about what's going on for your 2026. If you guys are interested in that, this is a little more in-depth. This is with your birth chart. I go through every single month, etc. It's not just a little bitty teeny tiny, let me pull cards and see how your year's going to go. This is pulling your zodiac and going from there. This is not your zodiac, your astrology chart, and going from there. Like, it's a big, intense thing. For those of you guys wondering what baby is, you know damn well I pulled her chart. We have ourselves a December Sagittarius with a Cancer moon. We're going to see how that works out. With a Cancer moon, and just like moi, she is also a Virgo rising. So, yeah, you know that I pulled her chart as soon as I had her birth time. You know that I pulled her chart. Yeah, when I saw that Cancer moon, I went, oh, Lord. But I will say this. Tons of placements in the 3rd house, tons of placements in the 9th house. That is a smart kid. That is a smart baby right there. But she rounds out the fire signs in their house. Allie is an Aries, Brody is a Leo, and Baby is a Sagittarius. And I find it funny that it's A, B, C, and then literally the fire signs are in that order too. Think about that. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? So, yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But we're going to head right into it. We're going to start with Capricorn and go around the horn. I see a lot of people are mentioning that they've been crying at the drop of a hat. 100%. I'm not a crier. I did have a lot, you know, funeral and things like that. But, dude, everything has been making me cry lately. I see a picture of the baby. Ooh. I see a picture of this. Ooh. I'm over here. Ooh. So, yeah, if y'all have been crying at the drop of a hat, know that you're not alone. If you've been angry as hell out of nowhere, know that you're not alone. It's been very, very interesting. It's been very, very interesting. So, all right, let's read for the Zodiacs. Yes, the answer is yes. And like I said, if you guys are just joining, I've still got a little bit of a sore throat, still not feeling super great, so I'm trying to go a little easy on myself. And the thing too is, when you're a Reiki practitioner and when you do energy work, you can transfer some of that stuff onto other people. So when you don't feel good, like I'm pretty sure being around everybody, funerals, viewings, all of that stuff, family stuff, holidays, everybody coming in that doesn't normally come in, and people being really, really sick during that, I am 100% sure I picked up some wonderful little bug from somebody. But not saying that you can okay, let me pause. Capricorns, really? Not saying that you can transfer flu or COVID through Reiki sessions, so please don't think that. But the energy of it, you guys know when you don't feel good, when you have a cold, when you have the flu, when you have COVID or whatever, you just feel run down. You feel de-energized. You feel, fatigue and body aches and all of that stuff. You feel knocked down. That can transfer. So people that do Reiki sessions, whether they're doing them one-on-one or whether they're doing them, oh, Brody's trying to FaceTime me now. I feel bad. Let me let him know I'm on a live stream. That kind of fatigue can transfer. So you have to know your limits. You have to know, you have to know when to be like, can't do it, right? So let's get to reading for the Zodiacs. Yes, let's get to reading for the Zodiacs. Are we ready, Capricorns? I know the Capricorns are ready. They're like, just give me my cards. Stop talking, because I do the same thing. I do the same thing. All right. Are we ready? Capricorn, start off with Erewhon, which is the master of the hunt. So this is ambition. It's the hunt. This is natural balance. This is authority. This is you getting back into the swing of things. And then you have potential and happiness. This is a dangerous combination. This is a dangerous combination. When you have Capricorns that are fully back aligned with themselves, that are full of potential, and that are happy, this tracks. 100% tracks. Because even though I felt like shit all weekend, I've been happy as a clam. I've been so fucking happy. But Capricorns, this is going to be... Y'all ever see those movies where there's, the bad guy in the movie or whatever, the guy you don't fuck with, he's over there and he's usually like this, and then one day he's just smiling out of nowhere? That's Capricorns this week. The Capricorns are randomly just happy. Just happy, and they're grinning and they're smiling and they're happy, but here's the thing. Capricorns have gotten hit hard. Capricorns are like they're the backbone of the Zodiac, really. Every Capricorn I have ever met in my life, they are the backbone of the family, of the work, of the office, or what. They're like the one who shoulders everything, right? And they've been getting hit a lot this year, especially in the last 6 months. It has been like just crap after crap after crap piling up on top of Capricorn shoulders. So they've been really heavy. They've been really, I don't want to say defeated because that's not the right word, but just beat down. There we go. Just beat down. Capricorns have felt absolutely beat down over the last 6 months. So they haven't smiled much. They haven't been happy much. Even if they're happy inside. Okay. Stuff just shifted on my desk. Even if they're happy inside, they weren't outwardly showing it, right? But now, this week, they're just happy. It probably already started today, yesterday, and today. The Capricorns are just outwardly happy, amazed, loving it. They're just here. They're happy, right? So this tracks. When a Capricorn is happy, a lot of times they don't smile very much. I know why things are shifting. Let me fix that. They don't smile very much. So when Capricorns are happy, sometimes people take it wrong. So Capricorns, be prepared for people to be like, what are you up to? Why are you grinning so much? They're wanting to know, like, why are you happy? Be prepared. Be prepared for that. And those of you guys that have Capricorns in your life, just know that your Capricorn is going to be overly happy this week, kind of on cloud nine, excited about everything, and you're going to wonder what the hell they're up to. A happy Capricorn is like a quiet toddler. Like, what are you up to? I'm just saying, you guys all know exactly what I'm talking about. A super happy over the top Capricorn, that's like a quiet toddler. Like, what are you up to? But the other thing too, Capricorns are up to some shit because they feel finally like they're getting back into balance with themselves and they're full of potential. Capricorns, this full moon did you a lot of good in that you're really looking at ideas moving forward, manifestations, business, job, moving. Like, you're really looking at what you are doing to set yourself up going into 2026 and beyond. This is a great thing because this is making all the Capricorns happy because they get to do their planning, they get to make their listy lists, and they get to knuckle down and have a plan for work, what they're going to do. So Capricorns, this is a great week for you to sit down and really be honest with you about, am I really going to do this thing over here on my list? One of the things I did the other day surprised the shit out of myself, and I think Sass thought maybe I was having a stroke. Y'all know I have a whiteboard with my goals and all that stuff on it, like business stuff and blah, 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 blah. I erased the whole fucking thing. I erased the whole thing. It is now filled back up. Yesterday, I filled it back up, but I erased the whole thing. That is exactly what the Capricorns have been doing. They have been looking at their goals and going, nope, not doing that, not doing that, not doing that, reprioritizing, and this is where we're headed. So just know that every Capricorn out there this week is fully motivated, fully aware of their own potential, and happy as hell about it. And happy as hell about it. Capricorns, this is an amazing week for you. This is a great, solid power week for you. And you're 100% going to be feeling it. I'm not mad about it. You shouldn't be mad about it either. Stones for Capricorns. Smoky quartz. Because everybody that sees you grinning is going to be like, what are you up to? And you need their stuff to stay over there. So smoky quartz. But I'm going to give you your choice. So I'm going to give you 2 stones. Smoky quartz 100%. But I'm going to give you 2 stones on top of that. And that is malachite and lapis. And if you feel like you need to have both of them, cool. But malachite and lapis are going to be your friends this week. Okay, Capricorns? Those are fantastic manifestation stones. Well, manifestation and getting back to the sovereignty of you. Does that make sense? Animal for Capricorn. You know what? Y'all are the goat. Y'all are the goat. You are the original goat, the goatiest goat that ever goated. You guys are the goat. You guys are the goat. All right. Where's my Aquarius is at? Where's my Aquarius is at? And let me just drop all my cards. That's one thing I've noticed. I don't know what it is that's going around, what everybody's got, but the dizziness with this is about to make me just want to scream. The only times I've ever gotten dizzy is when I've had COVID. I've had COVID once, really bad, and then one little time, but I get really dizzy with it. But my test was negative, so we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I'm tired of being dizzy. It's ridiculous. So, are we ready, Aquarius sisters? All right, here we go. You guys have the caretaker of the lost, respite, memory, assistance, etc. Illumination and abundance. Oh, I'm here for it. Aquarius, you're all about helping other people this week. Especially, it's going to swing very wildly from the people that are in your house, in your immediate family, best friends, etc. Like, let me help you do all of this stuff. Let me help you do this. Let me help you do this. And then people that you've never met will never meet again. There's not really kind of an in-between. It's like super far apart. But you are all about helping as many people as you can this week. Now, there's a timeout here, okay? I already know that you're going to do this, okay? I'm going to say don't overextend yourself, but I already know you're going to. I already know you're going to. But just pay attention. Just pay attention. You know what I mean? There's a lot of illumination that's going to come from helping people this week. You're going to realize, oh my gosh, I've been keeping this person around even though, you know, they're really toxic or whatever because they remind me of this person. I've been continuing to put myself in this situation because it reminds me of this situation. So Aquarius, there's going to be a lot of illumination this week where you are realizing that a lot of the things that have been going on in your life over the last 8-ish months have been you keeping yourself in situations or around people to try and fix a past trauma. Does that make sense? Like maybe looking at the person you're dating and realizing like I'm really only dating you because you remind me of someone else that I never really got closure with. That kind of feeling, right? It's not a great feeling, but at the same time, it's epiphanies like, oh my God, I've been trying to do this to fix this from 2 years ago or whatever. It's that kind of week, Aquarius. The thing about this that I love, though, this is a good week for you to have these realizations and then to let go of those things. When you have this illumination this week, Aquarius, and it's probably going to be about 2 or 3 different things. When you have this illumination this week, you're going to turn around and be like, oh my God, I don't need to be doing this anymore because I'm not bothered by this anymore. I'm not bothered by this situation or this person or this loss or this regret or whatever. What I love about this is it means that you are ascending, Aquarius. It means you're growing. It means all of that stupid shadow work you've been doing is helping. It's working. I'm proud of you, Aquarius. I'm just saying, I'm proud of you, Aquarius. It's not going to feel like it right now. And when you have these realizations and you're like, I really don't really like this job. I'm only doing this job or taking on this project or dating this person or being friends with this person or whatever to fix this. To fix this. Do you see what I'm saying? But what I do love is this. Y'all are also some lucky shits this week, Aquarius. This is the abundance card. You're very, very lucky and in tune this week, Aquarius. So expect some good windfalls to come your way. Now, I don't mean somebody's going to give you 10 grand in your bank account or whatever. Wouldn't that be nice for all of us? But this is finding out that, I don't know, maybe your boss pays for lunch twice this week, or something happens and you're like, holy crap, I didn't have to pay all of that, or you get a credit for this bill or that bill. There's some kind of windfall this week with you, Aquarius. The other thing about the abundance, there's going to be a couple of like overwhelming amounts of things come your way, whether it is clothes or like material objects, or whether it is an overwhelming amount of like calls or text messages or whatever from friends. Just know that that's going to be a thing too. To the point that at first you're going to be like, oh, this is really cool. Like I haven't heard from a lot of these people in a long time. Or, oh, this is really cool. You know, I did need a new coat or whatever. And then you're going to be like, this is a lot. And I don't really need all these things. So just pay attention if it's material things, Aquarius. Use that with this helping other people. Give that to people that need it really badly. And then if it's messages, phone calls, etc., look at the overwhelming theme of all of them. Are people reaching out like, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. I heard you're doing really good. Or, hey, I haven't heard from you in a while. Did you hear about so-and-so or whatever? Pay attention to the overwhelming theme of all of that, okay, Aquarius? Because that's going to tell you why these messages are coming in, okay? It's going to be blatantly obvious, Aquarius. All right, stones for Aquarius. It's going to be a good week, though. Don't stress. Stones for Aquarius. Bloodstone and ocean jasper. Bloodstone and ocean jasper. You guys are the snake this week. Because a lot of this illumination is going to help you kind of shed some of that skin that's been laying on you in that overwhelming aspect. So, yeah. Y'all are the snake this week. All right. My little Piscesians. Where's all my Pisces at? I'm okay as long as I don't talk a lot, but here we are. All right, Pisces. Make sure that you guys are following all of your favorite creators on all of their accounts. Make sure you're following me on YouTube. There's all of the replays of all of my live streams. You can watch it anytime. So if you want to go back and check your rising, your moon, your Lilith, whatever you need to check, that will be over on YouTube. So Pisces, you have the ageless, which is healing and graciousness. It's also acceptance and completion. And then you have thriving. I love this card, by the way. And then you have miracles. I love this card. No. Pisces, this is just a phenomenal week for you. I'm going to start with the butt. We're just going to get the butt out of the way. Don't let people take advantage of you this week. You're going to. But this is just going to be a phenomenal week for you. There's going to be a lot of things that suddenly fall into place. There's going to be a lot of things where it's like you thought there was a puzzle piece missing, but you realized there wasn't. You thought that you needed to do one more extra thing, but you didn't. Like, this is just going to be an amazing week where you realize that a lot of things that you thought were left open-ended on your plate are done. They're done. And you don't have to deal with it anymore. The other thing that I love so much about this is you're going to actually feel good. You're actually going to feel like things are going your way, because they are. And I know that a lot of you Pisces, a lot of my Pisces friends have been feeling just been feeling like crap lately, less than physically feeling bad, etc. So they are really, Pisces, it's just a good week. The reason that I said don't let people take advantage of you is the graciousness. Because when Pisces feels good, when they feel like, they've got their mojo back, when they feel like they're hitting their stride and they're really back out into the world, into the universe, then they tend to open themselves up a lot and they tend to be overly gracious. I knew that was coming. And there are always those people that want to take advantage of that. So just kind of have your guard up a little bit, Pisces. But the thriving card, this is going to be a week where there's going to be a lot of different epiphanies where you just kind of go, oh my God, like I'm really doing better with this than I thought. You know, like when you think you got to go buy toilet paper at the store, but then you open the cabinet and there's like 4 packs. Like that kind of thing. That kind of feeling where you're like, woohoo! You know, that kind of stuff. And probably you already have toilet paper in your cabinet in there, Pisces. So maybe look before you go buy any. But it's just going to be that week where you feel like things are on track. You feel like things are going good. And you feel like everything is going exactly the way it should go. But this one right here, this is the Miracles card. So when this card comes up, especially in this deck, this is going to be a week, Pisces, where you're going to realize that there is something that you skirted, whether it is you were manifesting a person and you didn't get them, and then your dream person comes along, or you really wanted to work for this company over here and you didn't get the job and now that company is folding. Whatever it is, Pisces, you're going to have this miracle happen this week where you see that something you were super upset about, super disappointed about, like just this is what you wanted the most in the entire world. You're going to see where you totally skirted that demolition that's going on right there. So this is also going to be one of those things, Pisces, where you're going to roll into next weekend on a high note, feeling fantastic, feeling great, and on a high note, thriving and just being awesome about it. Just being awesome about it. Now, here's the thing. When you guys see the issue with that, whether it's a person, a job, whatever it was that you're skirting, it is going to kind of hurt a little bit because you're going to be like, oh man, that would have been so great if it had worked out. That's how you Pisces are, and that's how you think. And so you're going to be like, oh, that would have been so great if it had worked out. Yeah, it would have been, but it didn't. So just let it go, okay? Stones for Pisces. I'm going to say petrified wood and red jasper. If you don't have petrified wood and you have like wooden beads or wooden necklaces or whatever, plain like actual wood is fine, but petrified wood and red jasper. And this is the weirdest animal, and you guys are going to be like, why are you giving that to me? But I just want you to go look it up. You guys are the pigeon this week. You guys are the pigeon this week, okay? Alrighty then. That brings us to Aries, who has to have 2 anchor cards, because of course you do. Aries, really? And then 2 other cards. Okay, Aries. So 2 and 2. I'm going to flip them over. 2 and 2. That's very dualistic. Your first anchor card is El Shaddai, and this is paternalism and wisdom and kindness. And on top of that, you have the Leper King, which is truth, bravery, justice, duty, etc. Okay? 2 extremely powerful figures, and this one was on top of this one. So, interesting. Interesting. Over here, underneath, you have change, and on top of that, you have trust. And I find it interesting that you have truth and trust both. Okay, I see here. Aries, you're going to be very, very dualistic this week because both cards that were on the bottom, notice that the colors are even pastel-like in both of these, right? Change, paternalism, kindness, turning the other cheek, a big issue, a big shift, a big change. And then on the other side, you have truth and you have justice, and you have, this is just an intense week. It's going to be one of those weeks, Aries, where you feel, you're probably going to feel like you got 2 personalities in there. And those of you guys that have Aries in your life, you're going to be like, are you okay? Like you got somebody else living in there, because you guys are going to flip back and forth like this a lot. I'm just letting you know. You're going to go from this, kind, let's just go with the flow and change the things and have an amazing time, the hippie kumbaya, and then to this hardcore, like, nope, it's this way, it's my way or the highway, blah, 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 blah. It's interesting, Aries. It's literally going to be like, here's the thing. Pay attention, Aries. I would say by Wednesday, you're going to see a pattern. By Wednesday, you're going to see a pattern. So pay attention to what that pattern is. What is it that you're being super kind and gracious about? What is it that you're like, let's just go with the flow? What is the overlying theme or underlying theme of all of those things? And then with these other things that are hardcore like this, what is the overlying theme with that? Are the things that you're like, nope, it has to be like this, like trust, loyalty, truth. What are the things that are underlying with that? Is it all friendships? Is it all job? Is it all, I don't know. What is it? Pay attention to what you're happy to go with the flow with. Go with the flow with. You know what I'm saying? Words. You're going to notice that there's going to be an underlying theme on both of those things, Aries. And when you notice that theme, you're going to go, oh my God. This weekend, I'm going to say Friday specifically. I don't know why, but Friday specifically, Aries, is going to be a day of you being able to look at these underlying themes of the, okay, I'm chill and go with the flow with this, but hardcore with this. You're going to be able to look at those things and go, oh my God, this is where some shadow work has really happened, and I'm cool with just letting this shit go now. And this is where I need to focus on some other things and really be paying attention. This is a big week for you to figure out what you're doing, what you're going through, etc., Aries. And it's a big week of change. It's a big week of epiphanies, but not a bad week. Does that make sense? This weekend is going to be one where if you have Aries in your life, they're probably going to be a little quieter this weekend. They're not going to want to go out to Christmas parties and be around everybody and so on. Aries, still go to the parties. Okay, you're going to have fun anyway, but they're going to want to just kind of like stay inside and focus on what these epiphanies were this week. Okay? So kind of an intense week, but it's not like y'all are just super calm kumbaya people anyway. Every Aries I've ever met is intense as hell. All right, stones for Aries. I'm going to say Prehnite and Carnelian. And I love that those are like super opposite and they're Christmas colors. So there you go, red and green. Prehnite and Carnelian. Y'all are the elephant. Y'all are the elephant this week because that is a very, think about it. You see elephants that are playing and having fun and enjoying life. And then the next minute they're ready to trample down the whole village. All right. Where's my Taurus is at? Where's my Taurus is at? Are we ready? Taurus says, I'm going to need you to stay in your seats. I'm going to need you to take a deep breath. Are you ready? Are you calm? Are you calm? Are you sitting down? Are you sitting down? You have the Golden Empress. You have enlightenment. And you have abundance. I think Tauruses might win the Zodiac for the week. The Golden Empress is magnetism, potency. This is confidence. It's every single thing. All the good things. It's all the good things. It's magnetism. It's manifestation. And then you have enlightenment. And then you literally have abundance. And I'm a little upset that I'm not a Taurus. I'm a little upset that I'm not a Taurus. I'm a little upset that I'm not a Taurus. Taurus, this is an empowering week for you. This is a very confident week for you. This is a week where you feel like you are on fire on a daily basis in a good way. Not the bad, burning to the ground kind of way, but like on fire, ready to take over the world, ready to do all of the things that you need to do to get your next year on track. What I love about this Taurus is with the enlightenment, because this one really caught my eye, right? With the enlightenment, there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to look at from last year, year before, etc., that you kind of were pulling these manifestations over, right? You were pulling them over and you've been kind of working on them and so on. This is going to be a week, I'm going to say probably Wednesday is going to be a really intense epiphany day for you, where you're like, you know what? Why am I still manifesting that? Why did I start manifesting that to begin with? A lot of you guys that have Tauruses in your life, you're going to notice that they have this like light switch type shift this week, where they may have been hardcore working towards maybe finding another job, like not working for this company they're working for, finding another job. They've been going to school. They've been doing all this stuff to get a better position with a better company. Suddenly they're like, you know what? I'm going to stay here and I'm going to apply for this promotion and this and this and this. This is just that week, Taurus, where you completely like 90-degree 180 shift some shit. Not quite a 360, but you really shift some shit around, where you realize that you've been pouring your time, your energy, etc. into these manifestations that maybe you realize you didn't even want. And it's not so much you didn't want them, because you really did. You really did want them and you really were working hard toward them. But this is a lot of enlightenment. And not only is it a lot of enlightenment, but it's a lot of seeing all of the things around you for what they really are and seeing how much abundance is around you. And I know some of you Tauruses are looking around right now because it's been a hard weekend and this full moon was really tough. And you're like, you know what? I don't like it here. This is stupid. Like, what are you talking about that I've got abundance and blah, 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 blah. Just give it a couple days, Taurus. Just give it a couple days. Just give it a couple days, okay? By Wednesday, y'all are going to be looking around like, holy sheep shit. Watching the world bring you spirit, Allah, Buddha, Zeus, Odin, whoever. Watching everything be brought to you. And you be able to go, no, I don't want that today. Taurus, you are powerful this week. Powerful is an understatement. That does also come with the thing of be careful what comes out of your face this week, because every word that comes out of your mouth this week, Taurus, is manifestation. But having the Golden Empress and that magnetism, and then having this enlightenment that you've been asking for, Taurus, and then the abundance. Y'all are lucky little shits this week too. Y'all are lucky little shits this week too. Expect to skate out of this week with a whole new outlook on what it is that you're headed towards. I'm just saying. Expect to have an entirely new outlook on what you're headed towards, Taurus. This is a phenomenal week for you. It's a phenomenal week for you. Stones for Taurus. I'm going to say clear quartz. The clearer the better. Fluorite and Moldavite. Clear quartz, fluorite, and Moldavite. And I know some of you guys are like, I don't want Moldavite. That's fine. That's fine. You don't have to. It's just a suggestion. Moldavite is for transformation. I know there's some people out there that want to argue about what Moldavite is for. Moldavite is for transformation. It is. It's for transformation. The reason I'm giving you this Taurus, the reason I'm giving you Moldavite is because the shift that's going to happen with you this week, this is going to help you see that quicker. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? All right. Animal for Taurus. That one's a little tougher. No, it's not. Y'all are the red tail hawk. I don't know why specifically that one, but you are the red tail hawk. Because a hawk will roll around, see what it is it wants, and then it will hit that target with laser focus, and that is the Tauruses this week. That is the Tauruses this week. So Geminis are next, yeah? Yeah? Thanatos, which is completion, support, and expediency. And then you have the L word. And then you have action. Completion, support, expediency, love, and action. Interesting. Interesting, Geminis. This is definitely a week of you letting go of some shit. This is a week of you washing your hands of some stuff. Let me say it that way. Not only is it a week of you seeing where some things are done, where they're completed and you don't need them anymore. This is a week of you literally getting rid of things. If you have a Gemini in your life, expect them to be like, you know what? I need to go take all of this stuff and donate it. I just went through my closet tonight and I want to take all of this shit and donate it. I just went through this. I want to take all this and donate it. Gemini, you're feeling the need to clean your space out. And I mean like physically. Like get rid of a bunch of shit. Don't be surprised if you catch yourself texting or calling people or putting stuff on Facebook Marketplace like, free to good home. Come get this couch. Come get this shelf. Come get whatever it is. Come get it. You guys are feeling the need to cleanse stuff like down to the floorboards and then cleanse the floorboards. But you are so beyond done with so many things. You're feeling the weight of the end of this year hitting you really hard. And it's an interesting type of weight because let's just face it, I don't care what zodiac sign you are. I don't care how old you are. This year has been heavy. I don't care what side of things you're on. This year has been heavy. 2025 has been really, really heavy. And Gemini, for some reason this week, the universe has you feeling the weight of how heavy this year really was. But it also is like, hey, you just need to get rid of some shit. So your way of doing this is to get rid of a whole bunch of shit. By getting rid of the physical things, Gemini, it's going to help you process through emotional aspects that you've been holding down. Does that make sense? You're going to find where there are a lot of different things, a lot of different places, a lot of different shit where you've been holding on to a lot of emotions. And the Geminis, it's really interesting. I love you, Geminis. The way that you guys deal with emotion is with physical things. You're happy, you go get something, right? You're happy, you go buy something new. You're sad, you just sit and hold that thing, right? You're done, you're getting rid of shit. So this is the week where the Geminis are getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff that they have been holding on to, like hoarding a little bit. So Geminis, just don't give away the stuff you really need, okay? Like, you're still going to need a coat this year, Gemini. Like, you're still going to need some socks. Like, don't give everything away, okay? But you're going to find that you're going to want to get rid of a lot of stuff. Physically get it out of your space. I'm here for it. Because underneath all of this, you're going to uncover the emotions that you forgot were in there. When things get real heavy, we tend to forget about the crap that we love. I said crap, but you know what I'm talking about. We tend to forget about the stuff that we love. We tend to forget about, you know, as you're cleaning stuff out, you're like, oh my God, I haven't seen this t-shirt in forever. I remember when I got this with my best friend and blah, 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 blah. It was such a great night, so-and-so. You're going to find a lot of things that you love, and it's going to remind you of why you love that thing, that person, that situation, that food, whatever it is, Gemini. It's going to be a good week, but this week, like Monday through Wednesday, Thursday, you're going to be on one ready to get rid of some shit, okay? Stones for Gemini. Tiger's Eye and Celestite. Tiger's Eye and Celestite. Both of those are super easy to find. You can find them at any metaphysical shop. I have like 3 animals in mind, and I'm like, which one is best? I don't know. I'm having a hard time. I'm going back and forth between like the blue jay, there's a weaver bird, like all kinds of stuff. Y'all are the puffin. I have no idea on earth what the puffin stands for, but I just heard that loud and clear. Y'all are the puffin. Besides, they're cute, so there's that. They're cute, so there's that. All right, Cancers, are we ready? Are we ready? I like some of you guys are like, what the hell is a puffin? Look them up. They're adorable. You're going to want one, but I don't think you can have them as pets. All right, here we go, Cancers. You guys also have Thanatos. Y'all watch me shuffle. Completion, support, and expediency. Y'all watch me shuffle. Then you have delight. And then you have new beginnings. I love this. I love this, Cancers. I know I pick on you guys. I can't help it. I can't help it. Cancers, this is going to be a week where you... I'm betting Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be one of those days where you just kind of wake up different. You just wake up different. You wake up and you realize that suddenly you're not holding on to that emotion anymore. You're not holding on to that emotion anymore. You're not holding on to that thought, that memory, that one that's been like haunting you over and over and over. It's almost like some karmic cord just got cut, Cancers. And at first it's going to kind of bother you a little bit, right? You're going to kind of be rolling around on Tuesday like, man, like I haven't thought about, so-and-so or this situation or whatever. You haven't thought about this one thing. You're going to realize you haven't thought about it in a few days. And at first you're going to be like, oh, this is cool. Like they're not living rent free in my head right now. It's great. And then going into Wednesday and Thursday, it's going to bother you a little bit because you're like, why suddenly do I not care? Because you're going to have that epiphany, Cancers, that you just don't care. And for a lot of you guys, this is a person. It's a person, whether it's a friend, whether it's a relationship, a boss, family member, whatever. It's something that you haven't been able to let go of, right? Either there's some regrets there, or you feel like you didn't get closure, or a trauma bond, or whatever. There is something specific with this person that you just haven't been able to let go of. You've been kind of pining after it, trying to figure out what went wrong, like over-analyzing every aspect of it, being around other people like that person, reliving the past. You've been doing all those things. And you're just going to realize that suddenly you just don't care. Thursday through the weekend. Thursday through the weekend. This is an amazing amount of new beginnings. This is an amazing amount of fun, of delight. You guys are going to be ready to go out and do Christmassy things, go look at Christmas lights, go shopping, go do all those things. You're just in the spirit, in the mood, having a fantastic, glorious weekend. Cancers, this weekend is a great time to spend time with people that are there, the people that you love, the people that have been there for you. The ones that maybe you've been kind of neglecting a little bit because you've been pining after this other thing over here. This is a great time for you to just be happy, Cancers. Go be happy. Go be happy this weekend. It is going to weigh on you a little bit still, and you're going to be rolling into next week like, why do I still not care about that? Why is that still not in my head when it's been there for a year or whatever? You're still going to be worried about it, Cancers. But I promise that it's going to be a phenomenal weekend for you. It's going to be one of those weekends where you realize it's going to be a bittersweet epiphany where you realize that you really haven't been super happy for a very long time. Just saying. But it's going to be a good weekend, Cancers. All right. Stones for Cancers. Opalite. Opalite and peacock ore. opalite and peacock ore. Y'all are the dolphin. Y'all are the dolphin this week, Cancers. All right, where's my lovely Leo crew at? Where's my lovely Leo crew at? Ready? Are we ready? Let me get another drink. My throat's starting to hurt. Those of y'all that have had whatever this junk is going around, that have had the sore throat thing, I don't have like the razor throat stuff, but it's just like this side. It just fucking hurts. Like from my tongue all the way down. It's dumb. It's just dumb. All right. Ready, Leos? You guys also have Erewhon, which is authority, the hunt, natural balance, ambition. And then you have release. And then you have new beginnings. A lot of new beginnings. A lot of things coming up like this. Leos. This is totally the turning of a page for you this week. It's really interesting. I think that this full moon kind of affected you in a way that you didn't expect. I think a lot of this full moon energy that rolled through made you a little bit touchy. I don't think that it made you angry. Most Leos I know, this full moon didn't make them angry. It made them a little sensitive, a little touchy to some things. And then there's been a lot of like, Leos went through their epiphanies last week, right? The Leos totally went through their epiphanies the last week. So this week, you guys are having this week where you're like, you know what? I'm done with that. And I'm done with that. And I'm done with this. 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 You guys are like doing all of this mental cord cutting. Like, I don't want to talk about that or care about that or do this or do that. You guys are turning over this like massive new leaf. This is like the first time that you realize that you're actually an adult and you feel like an adult, because those are two different things, right? I realized I was an adult when I joined the military, was in basic training. I was like, oh shit, I'm an adult. And then I felt like an adult when I was in my 40s. Do you see what I'm saying? There's a difference. There's a big difference of realizing, oh shit, I'm an adult, and actually feeling like an adult. Well, guess what, Leos? You actually feel like an adult this week. You feel like you are on, I don't really know the right way to say it, because it's not so much being like on fire on the top of your game or whatever. You just feel this amazing personal empowerment. That's probably the best way to put it. So letting some of these things go and doing a lot of this mental cord cutting and like working through some stuff like, wow, I was really obsessing over this and it really doesn't matter. There's going to be a lot of things like that, if that makes sense, Leos. It's going to be a great week. Oh my God. You guys are going to have such a great week. If you guys have Leos in your lives, then you're already going to know what kind of week this is going to be for them when I describe this. Leos go through these things where, man, when a Leo is happy, the entire world is happy. When a Leo is feeling really good, the entire world lights up around them. That's one thing I absolutely love about Leos. Every Leo I've ever met is like this. When they are happy, the entire world lights up, and I love it. That is this week for you, Leos. You guys are going to be all about being happy, making sure that everybody around you is happy, releasing this kind of stuff that doesn't serve you anymore, looking at different things that, I don't want to say different things that now you want as a new beginning, but these are things that you didn't even realize you wanted. Like realizing, I actually do want to go to school, or I actually do want to do this or do that or go here or go there. This is an interesting week, Leos, of you eating a pepper very loudly while I'm on a live stream. I can smell that over here.
It's a good smell.
It is not a good smell.
Why are you so averse to peppers?
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of clearing my sinuses a little bit. Oh, you found your necklace.
Good deal.
I love you found your necklace.
Yeah.
It's funny that I'm reading for Leos as my little Leo walks in.
Not a coincidence. I came here.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
But Leos, this is a week where there are a lot of things that you realize have been completed. And it's not so much that you couldn't let go of them. It's just like, you know, when you get done with a paper and you're supposed to go turn it in, but you still got like an hour before you turn it in. So you procrastinate and you leave it sitting on your desk. And then you're like scrambling to go get it turned in on time. That's kind of what it's going to feel like. You've already had this emotion, this need, this relationship, whatever it is. You've already had it done. It's already done. You've just been letting it just kind of sit there. And now you're like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. It's done. You're ready to release it and let it go. And then you're ready to start something completely new. Your whole way of thinking is going to shift this week, Leos. And like I said, it's going to be one of those things where you are going to light up the entire world around you because of this happiness and this new way of looking at life, Leos. And I think this is great. I think this is great. Stones for Leos. Emeralds. I know. Some of you guys are like, I don't have any emeralds. It's okay. It's okay. Emeralds. If you do not have emeralds, or an emerald, jade is the next best thing. The more like deep the green, the better. And then lapis. Actually, azurite if you have it, but I know azurite can be a little harder to find. But lapis. And I'm going to give you guys the lion this week. I am. I'm going to give you guys the lion this week. Just go be your little Leo-y lion selves, and it'll be great. It'll be great. Virgos, this is a lot of anchor cards trying to come out here. That's a lot, Virgos. Just Virgos. I'm going to need y'all to take a collective breath. I mean, I understand that the Aries had 2 anchor cards, but this is okay. Y'all needed 2. There's always one. There's always one. And what this tells me, Virgos, is this is a week of indecision for you because it took a while to get those cards out. You've got one that's face up and one that's upside down. And again, a lot trying to come out. I usually talk about this once in every live, so I guess this is the time to do that. Not Virgos. Y'all that are wanting to learn to read cards, you're just starting on your card reading journey. You're just starting to figure out how to read them, how to work with your deck, etc. Here's a pro tip from somebody that has been reading for since 2012, 2013. Pay attention to how your deck shuffles. How your deck shuffles will tell you a lot about that card read. It will tell you a lot about what's fixing to happen. Okay? All right. So I find it interesting that you have 2 anchor cards and you have 2 of these supportive cards, and 2 of them are face up and 2 of them are face down. So the first one that fell out that's face up is the Martyr card. Virgos. I don't want to have moody Virgos this week, but I feel like that's what we're about to have. This is honesty and shame and restitution. Don't be moody, don't be moody, don't be moody, moody Virgos. This is the Prince, the Forgotten Adversary. This is sorrow and lost valor and serendipity. So we have moody Virgos this week. Over here you have purity. This is the one that fell out like this. And patience. Okay. That's a little bit of a redeeming thing right there, and that makes me kind of happy. So while we have moody Virgos this week, you guys are happy to be moody without anybody knowing you're moody. You are happy to be moody behind the scenes. Now, if you have children that are Virgos, if you have a best friend that's a Virgo, they might be moody to you. They might be petty to you, but they're not going to be like out and about. Does that make sense? Virgos, this is definitely a week where you are feeling the need to purify a lot of stuff with you. That's why the Hermit aspect this week. You're looking at a lot of what you consider to be failures. And if you guys don't know, Virgo is 100% a perfectionist sign, and anything that doesn't go exactly how they thought it was going to go, I'm telling your secrets, Virgos, anything that doesn't go exactly how a Virgo thinks it should go is a failure, even if it's not. They could start a new company and suddenly within 2 years, it's a Fortune 500 company and they're making millions of dollars, but it's not the exact way that they thought it should go, and they're still going to consider it a failure. They're still going to consider it a failure. I love you, Virgos. I really, really do. So this is a week where you're looking at every single thing that you consider a failure. Even if people have been like, that's an amazing win, that's an amazing success. You're like, no, it's a failure. I wanted it blue and it's purple. It's a failure. Like, I mean, that right there. But you're going to be looking at... I'm laughing because I know a lot of Virgos. And this is exactly how they are. It's really funny. Y'all are going to be looking at a lot of the things with you, with your life, with your job, with literally everything. This is not how I wanted it, so I need to change it. Virgos, let me say this. If you have a Virgo that lives in your house with you, expect to come home and find all of the furniture being rearranged. Expect to come home and find out that they have taken everything out of the kitchen cabinets. They have wiped them down all the way to the bottom and they've moved everything around. Expect to come home and find that shit's just been rearranged. Super cleaned and rearranged. That's the Virgos this week. Virgos, you're going to feel the need to do this at work, at home, with your friends, with your family, like just all of this stuff, right? Virgos, what I love about this though is this is your way of purifying out the things that you see as imperfections. Does that make sense? You see certain things as imperfections, and this is how you are going to kind of cleanse them and purify them out of your space. What I love about it though is it's not going to be a problem. It's not going to be a bad week. In fact, at the end of this week, you're going to feel more empowered than you have felt in a long time. Because one of the things about a Virgo too is you guys get stuck if you feel like there's too much crap around you. Does that make sense? Y'all might have the most messy desk ever, but you know where every single thing is. And if somebody touches it, like you know immediately somebody has moved that pencil or whatever. But this is a week where all that clutter is gone. You are clearing off the desk. You're clearing off your bedroom, like all of it. Done, gone, clear, done. So at the end of this week, rolling into this weekend, it's going to be that time where you finally take a deep breath and you're like, I feel better. I feel much better. So this weekend is going to be fantastic, Virgos, for you actually enjoying things, right? The one thing that I am going to say, Virgos, is be careful that you don't try to take on too much at one time. Like if you're going to rearrange the living room and get that done and then move on to the bedroom. Don't rearrange the living room and mid-rearrangement you go to the bedroom. Do you see what I'm saying? Like force yourself to kind of stay on task. That will help with your patience. That will help with the purification. And that will help with you getting everything back on track. Okay? But it is going to be a hermit week. It is going to be a week where you just feel like being a little quiet, and that's okay. And that's okay. All right, stones for Virgos. I'm going to say blue goldstone and lab. Blue goldstone and labradorite. Y'all are the aardvark this week. All right, my lovely little Libras. Are we ready? Nope, that was too many right there. Libras, I'm going to need y'all to take a breath. I need you to take a breath. That tells me you got too much on your minds. All right. Ready? You have the caretaker of the lost, which is respite and assistance and memory. And then you have opportunity. And then you have inner peace. Okay. I find it interesting that you have inner peace with seeing how those cards shuffled. Libras. This is going to be one of those weeks where you have several opportunities. I'm going to say at least 3, no less than 3. Different, I don't want to say opportunities again. Situations pop up where it allows you to simultaneously do 2 things. 1, take care of something from the past. So, an emotion, a perceived loss, whatever. And then also open up a new door, right? So it's like you're able to close one door and then open a new one at the same time. What this is going to do is be an amazing jolt for your own personal power and for your self-confidence, Libras. Because when these things happen and you're able to go through and make all of these changes and you're able to close doors on things that have been just sitting there on your chest for a long time and open up something new that you didn't even... The thing is, words. The thing is, when you're opening up these new doors, this is not even something that you even thought was in the realm of possibilities, right? Maybe you've been happy with your job, right? You're perfectly fine just going to work. You know, you like your job. It's not the greatest, but you like it. You're happy to just go to work and do the things. It wasn't on your radar to get a promotion or apply for a promotion or apply for a new job. It wasn't on your radar, right? Not even in the realm of possibilities. Well, maybe you go to work this week and your boss is like, hey, we're splitting the department. And so now you don't have to take on those financials at the end of every month. And you're like, thank all the gods, because that's the bane of your existence, right? Nobody likes to do end of the month shit. Some people do. I know some people that do. But you don't like to do end of the month shit, right, Libras? So when the boss is like, hey, you don't got to do that anymore. Guess what? You don't got to do it anymore. We're going to do it over here. And then suddenly, as you're like, holy shit, I don't have to do that anymore. Let me let that go. Let that door close. Then suddenly comes up the opportunity where you could move to a different position that is something you didn't realize was even an option. Do you see what I mean, Libras? This is one of those weeks where as you're letting one door close, simultaneously another door is opening for you in a fantastical way. Like I said, 3. There's going to be at least 3 of these this week. Some of them may be little tiny and you don't realize it in the moment. But this weekend, Libras, you're going to be just kind of sitting back, chilling, maybe just about asleep. Everybody knows how everybody's brains are. If you're human, you know this. You're about to lay down, your eyes are closed, you're drifting off to sleep, and all of a sudden, bam, something hits you and you're like, holy shit. You sit straight up and you're like, oh my God, right? That's this weekend, Libras. You're going to have a lot of things just hit you this weekend, Libras. And one of the things I love about this, I know you're like, wait a minute, that's the inner peace card, girl. What are you talking about? Because a lot of times when we finally feel at peace with ourselves, with what's going on in our life, we have all these epiphanies about different things, good and bad. We have all of these epiphanies about, holy crap, I actually really like this, or this makes me really happy, or I didn't realize this was something that I needed as part of my daily repertoire to ensure that I felt like my normal little Libra self, right? This is a week, Libras, where you're able to really look at stuff and take a deep breath and be happy in the moment. And it's something that you haven't felt for a long time. I'm totally here for it. I think that this is epic and it's fantastic and it's great and it's glorious. And this weekend is going to be one of the best weekends that you've had in most of the year, Libras. You're just happy, you're chill, and everything goes how it needs to go. It's going to be a great week. A great, great week. Stones for Libras. I'm also going to give you labradorite. I'm going to give you
labradorite and blue apatite. I know those two don't look super great together. I would wear blue apatite on your left and lapis on your right. Because lapis is, you know, a stone of sovereignty, like, hey, don't fuck with me, bitch, that kind of stuff. And blue apatite is attuned to the future, but, yeah. All right. That brings us to Scorpio. Yes. Yes. And then my sweet Sagittariuses, who have a new one amongst your members. All right, Scorpios. Really? Y'all aren't wanting a read? Y'all aren't wanting to have cards? That was odd. That was odd. Here we go, Scorpios. You have the Morrigan, which is anticipation, introspection, opposition, revenge. Then you have abundance. Okay. And then y'all watched me shuffle. Y'all also have inner peace. In the same position. You guys watched me shuffle repeatedly. You watched me shuffle repeatedly. Scorpios. This is an interesting week for you. This is an interesting week for you because you're not quite feral. Oh, I forgot the animal. I forgot the animal for Libra. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Sass just texted me and she was like, animal before you move on. Let me go back to the Libras over here. Y'all are the salamander. Y'all are the salamander. I know that every single Libra was like, I feel left out. Y'all were freaking out, weren't you? I love you. I'm sorry. My brain hurts. I don't feel great. All right, Scorpios. Thank you, Sass. Scorpios. This is definitely one of those weeks where you have an abundance of moments that you can be petty. This is one of those weeks where you have an abundance of times that you can be mean and hateful. And this is a week where you have an abundance of times where you could knock somebody in their chiclets. This is one of those weeks, Scorpio, where just opportunity after opportunity after opportunity pops up for you to get the little zingers, the little one lines back in. This is that week, Scorpio, where there's going to be more than one time a day where someone looks at you and goes, damn, after something comes out of your face. This is one of those weeks. This is one of those weeks, Scorpio, where you definitely are back on your bullshit in an abundance aspect. In an overabundance of Scorpio-ness. I'm giggling because you're also super peaceful about it. So what this tells me, Scorpio, is there's been a lot of people around you trying your patience to a horrendous level, and you have been just swallowing it and not saying anything. You have been just letting it go. You've been letting it roll off. You've been trying to be the bigger person, but not this week. Not this week. And you are peaceful about it. And you are peaceful about it. So if you guys have a Scorpio in your life, this is the time to maybe just get out the popcorn and sit and enjoy it, because they're going to be zinging out some epic one-liners, some epic comebacks. And I'm just saying, if you have a Scorpio, they're going to be spicy. If you are a Scorpio, you are going to be spicy. The spice is all around the Scorpios this week. But here's what's really funny. You're funny about it. Like, you're funny about it. So you're going to pop out some asshole comments, and people are going to kind of giggle, and then later go, oh my God, they insulted me. You Scorpios are like going to be funny with it. So in the moment, they're going to be like, oh, ha, 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 that's so funny. And then later, they're going to be like, oh my God. You know, just like normal Scorpios. Just like normal Scorpios. Scorpios, y'all are back on your bullshit and super happy about it. This weekend is going to be a good weekend for you to just chill. Prop your feet up, take a hot bath, have your coffee, don't do shit. This is a good weekend for you to just have a chillax weekend, Scorpios. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. That tells me, Scorpios, that you were the bigger person during this full moon and you didn't pop off at the mouth and you didn't say a whole bunch of crap. But now it's on like every Donkey Kong. I fully expect to see my TikTok feed flooded with all of these crazy interactions from Scorpios over the next week. Stones for Scorpios. Nothing sharp. Obsidian and amethyst. Obsidian and amethyst. Y'all are the cat this week. Y'all are just the cat this week. Just look up cat. Okay? Not a tiger, not a big cat, not a jaguar, just the cat. Because y'all know damn well that cats act exactly like that. They're super sweet when they want to be, and when they're done, they're done. They're going to swipe at your face. They're going to bite you. Oh, the cat. All right, let's see. Sagittarius. Let's see how the grandbaby's very first week will go because she's a baby. So let's see. All right, here we go. Sagittarius, that was like 3 anchor cards that tried to come out. 3 anchor cards. Sagittarius, that's a lot. That's a lot. Still too much. There we go. There we go, Sagittarius. All right, are we ready? Y'all watched me shuffle. Y'all watched me shuffle. In fact, it took a hot minute for this to come out. Y'all also have the Morrigan, just like the Scorpios. This is anticipation, introspection, opposition. And then you have focus and success. What a way to end the Zodiac reads. Go Sagittarius. Focus, success, opportunities, introspection, anticipation. Sagittarius, y'all are some powerful little fire signs this week. Y'all are some powerful little archers this week. Shoot your shot, Sagittarius. Shoot all the shots. Make more arrows and shoot more shots. This is your week, Sagittarius. You have the damn success card. You have the focus card. This is the week for you to do the things you've been putting off. This is the week for if you have been wanting to get some manifestations done, a vision board done, you've been wanting to put in for a new job, you've been wanting to get back in school, whatever it is that's been on your plate, Sagittarius, and you just have been kind of pushing it around with the fork because you're not ready to eat it yet. This is the fucking week, Sagittarius. This is the week. This is a great week for business decisions. This is a great week for career. This is a great week if you're wanting to start a business. This is a great week to get that business plan done. This is a great week for you to get all of that focus back in on this, on your financial stability, on your success. Like, you know, you got the money on your mind, all that stuff, Sagittarius. Holy shit. If y'all have a Sagittarius in your life, just know that they are going to be out of the norm, focused on money.
Sagittariuses are the party. They are the ones they just want everybody to be happy. You know what? We'll deal with the hard shit later. Let's chill and do this and so on. No, not this week. This week, the Sagittariuses are channeling the Capricorn energy. They are all about it. They are all about the Benjamins. They're all about their financial security. They're all about it. And if it doesn't fit in with their financial plans, ain't happening. Sagittarius, if you've been wanting to really make a plan, make a change, make a big shift, a big difference with your finances, your anything at all to do with your goals, your success, etc., with money at all, this is the week. This is the week. You have the drive, you have the power, you have the focus, and all of that opposition is gone. This is the week, Sagittarius. Fucking harness it and go be epic, Sagittarius. This is the success card, Sagittarius. And I'm going to give you this animal right here, the jaguar. Specifically, the black jaguar. This is who you are this week, Sagittarius. I want you to notice that both of these have big cats on them. This is the snow leopard. But y'all are the jaguar this week. Stones for Sagittarius. I'm going to give you 3. Ready? Jade, malachite, and pyrite. Jade, malachite, and pyrite. Those 3 are a powerhouse combination for success, for focus, etc. And like I said, y'all are the black jaguar. Sagittarius, I cannot reiterate how powerful this week is for you. I cannot reiterate enough how much this is a week where you are hyper focused and hyper in tune with your financial success. This is a powerful ass week for you, Sagittarius. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. All right. I know this was a quick and a quickie. Reiki and Zodiacs. I know we didn't do Reiki this evening, and thank you guys for being patient with me. But those are your Zodiacs for the evening. I'm going to get off of here and go get a throat lozenge because I thought I had one right here and I do not. So that's what I'm going to go do. And then I'm going to try to be quiet for the rest of the evening. But if you know me, then you also know that I can't do that. So it's going to be great. And I love you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Back on my bullshit. We're all back on our bullshit. It's great. All right. I love y'all. Have an amazing Monday.